everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and we have finally got a real frost in the forest. In fact, we have a couple of nights in the low 20s. So I'm going ahead and ripping the band-aid off, doing some preemptive cutbacks, specifically on tropical things like coleus, just because they'll be a melting mess if I leave them for 24 degrees, and they're much easier to deal with right now when they've only had a light frost to kind of defoliate them. So I'm gonna put it on time lapse. I'm gonna do a lap around the garden and do some much needed cleanup in preparation of transitioning into the cool season. Now, if you can't tell from my smile, I'm actually really excited that we're finally getting cold because I start getting my cottage garden seed sown and I need the beds to be first, and then I need to do some soil prep. So I'm still several weeks away from getting poppies and larkspur and nigella and all of those classic cottage garden things sown. But I'm really excited to go ahead and get these beds cleaned up so that doing the cottage gardening will be easier. So I hope this will inspire you. Remember, if you are gardening in the Southeast, we are several weeks off schedule compared to any other year. So you haven't missed your window. In fact, the window hasn't even opened yet for cottage gardening. So resist the urge to sow your seeds. Don't take the advice that I used to give. I used to say Black Friday was your seed sowing day. Not this year. It's still a little too warm. We need to have a couple of more hard frosts to get that soil temperature cooler. Well, not only did I discover I have a giant lemongrass here that I'm probably gonna stuff into the greenhouse and see if it'll overwinter. No, I think I need to like tie it up a bit. It's pretty crazy and enormous, and I don't actually know how to cook with it. So if you have ideas on that. But behind here, I have a perfect seminal pumpkin that I hadn't even noticed. So that's awesome and delicious. Go ahead and harvest this to be able to eat this week for Thanksgiving. My own homegrown pumpkin. I'll be able to make a vegan dessert with this, just for me. Well, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna go ahead and tie this lemongrass up. There's really absolutely no point in my trying to save it, other than the fact that it'd be kind of fun to see if I can successfully overwinter it in the greenhouse. Considering I don't know really what to do with it from a culinary perspective, I like garlic and salt. Lemon isn't really a flavor that I like to cook like vegetable dishes with. This is why I don't eat it. I guess I'm gonna drag it over there and, well, we'll see. Give me something to talk about later on. I have no idea what temperature range the greenhouse is gonna get to. So I should actually show you, I got a high-low thermostat, and it's wild how already just in 2 days, the low was 40, the high was 110. So definitely need to be paying attention and opening doors and turning on exhaust fans. I'm more concerned about the high temperature than the low temperature. But it's a new greenhouse and it wasn't really built for plants. It's built for entertainment. And now I'm filling it full of plants, which everyone predicted, by the way. And so now I really have to pay attention and learn how to grow in it and understand the rhythms of its heat retention, and then see as temperatures get cool, how cold it actually gets. So I'm here in the greenhouse. There's the giant lemongrass. And, you know, I've definitely been tucking more and more in as I find it. And I know I have a couple more turmerics to bring in, but I wanted to show you the new high-low thermostat that I got. You can see it did go down to about 42 Fahrenheit and up to 110. So it's a pretty big range, and it'll be really interesting to see how all the plants perform. I don't have a heater in here, and I wasn't planning to put one in, so I'm just gonna take it in stride and see how it goes. Right now, I really like it filled with plants. Well, I figured I got that side done. I might as well even it out and do over here. I've got about a half an hour of daylight left, so I'm gonna take advantage of it. Go ahead and put this on time lapse. Well, I'm quickly losing daylight, but I'm really happy that I got this back area cleaned up. Again, this is sort of preemptive. It would all melt with the frost that we have in the forecast. I did cut the Vermillionaire Kufia back. I didn't pull them out because I think they should be root hardy. At least they have been in the past. I like to do cutbacks on those just because I don't like a bunch of dead sticks right along the edge. And remember, I'm gonna be getting these completely replanted for the winter. So there's never really a downtime here in my home foodscape. It'll be a combination of cauliflower and broccoli and of course cottage garden seed. But these beds aren't very big. So I'm gonna try and take my own advice that I told myself last spring I wouldn't crowd these beds. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not very good at not crowding beds, but I have some fun ideas to really make this space look great. So when this house becomes the Airbnb, the guests will be impressed. So I do hope that you'll subscribe and continue to tune in as I make more progress here, transitioning for the winter season in my gardens in Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. As always, thanks for watching and happy gardening, everybody.